Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, all those beautiful smiles. And we are going to start with our very clear, very exciting 30-second introduction. As clear as we can get it. We are going to start with Abby.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. I had problems with the last meeting. I'm Abby Bassie-Cripps, and I own Realty Data Nexus. It is illuminating lists with data-driven insights. We harness the power of localized market knowledge to equip investors and many others with invaluable insights. Our data-driven approach allows you to pinpoint investment opportunities and perfectly match your criteria. Thank you.
That was an awesome job, Abby. That was an awesome job. If you will, Abby, I want two things in the chat. I want one way of everyone being able to contact you. And I need one thing, only one thing. How can we help Abby today? Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Are you having an event today that you need people to attend? Do you need maybe you need a testimonial in our Google business? If you do not have a Google business, please get one. You will want one for Google to notice you better and more active on the Google search. If you don't have testimonials, you need many of them so that Google notices you more on the Google searches. YouTube is another one, but only one, Abby. You only get to pick one thing that you want help with today. Only one. And then we are going to go to Grace, and then we're going to Dar.
Oh, here I am. So I have the best fabulous organic gourmet coffee for you. I would like testimonials if you have tried it. How many here have tried it already? That coffee, yes! I would love testimonials about how you felt after you have had that coffee to drink. And I will put in the chat exactly where you can give your testimonials.
That is perfect. I was going to ask for that, Grace, so that was perfect. So put in the chat, Grace, exactly how you want people to reach you and where we go to leave that testimonial. Okay. Abby, where do we go to spread the word of the business? Everywhere on social media? Perfect.
Yes.
Awesome. So if you don't know how to find that, you can, number one, reach out to Abby, or you can go to Abby's Facebook group, LinkedIn, wherever, find one of her posts about her newest business and share it, copy it, comment, give it a love, but please, please comment. That gets it bumped towards the top. That lets the social media platform know that people are interested. So please take care of that. All right, we are going to go to Dar and then to Alicia.
Okay, hey there, I'm Dar Bassie-Cripps, your favorite multi-mixed media collage artist, straight out of Canada, where we drown our pancakes in maple syrup and say sorry a lot. I specialize in crafting unique custom greeting cards that you'll never find at those big box stores or lurking in a dollar bin. Think about it. A personalized card can really make someone's day. If you're on the hunt for something that's fun and different and guaranteed to make your loved one feel all warm and fuzzy inside, you're in the right place. My website, starscreativecards.ca, to see my collection and learn how to order your own slice of awesome. Let's make every moment count with a splash of uniqueness and a dollop of delight. Thank you for considering my original masterpieces.
Woo, Dar, wowzer. That was sensational. I can tell you've been practicing, and it's a new one. So that's awesome, Dar. So please leave one way of people to reach out to you and how we can help Dar today. How we can help Dar today. All right, Alicia. And then if Tamara is back, we'll go to her.
Good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon if you're somewhere that's afternoon. But my name is Alicia Alexander. My company is Make Difference Consulting. Are you an owner of a business or a manager of a business who is tired of losing their talent, wants to lower turnover, wants to increase net profits? Then try authentic appreciation in the workplace. You will receive productivity with a smile. Oh, my phone is ringing. Okay, so I can be reached at 401-601-3207, or my website is www.makeadifferenceconsulting.com. Thank you.
Awesome, Alicia. Please leave one way for us to reach you in the chat and one way that we can help you today. Tamara's not back yet, so I will go. I want you to know that I am here to help you every step of the way in building your business to the very exceptional next step. The next step. Do you know what your next step is? Do you know what you really want and what you really need in your business today? I'm here to help you every step of the way. Thank you. And I will leave my information in the chat. And so Tamara is not back with us. Helen, please go. Your 30-second introduction.
Yes, nice to see you all. So I'm Helen Harwood Snell, and I find inspiration and stories all around me. I also love maple syrup, Dar. So I use that creativity blended with brain science to actually, I've become certified as a communication coach, and I'm an expert storyteller. And I use that to provide the words that will connect you to your clients through copywriting and ghostwriting services. What I could use from you guys today is to share an event that I'm hosting on Thursday night called Close the Sale. And it's all about a new approach to kind of the sales pitch that doesn't feel so pitchy. It's a lot more for the natural relationship types, relationship focused people. So if you could share that event for me, I'll pop that in the chat.
That will be awesome. And what time is that event on Thursday?
It's 7 p.m.
And that's
EST.
Eastern time? Okay.
EST, yeah.
Okay. And will there be a recording to this?
Yes.
Okay. And is there a price, a fee for it?
Yes, there is. It is $37.
Perfect. And I'm going to tell you, ladies, if you've never attended one of Helen's events, I have. It is spectacular. I am going to purchase it. And Helen, if I'm not there, you'll know it's just because I am resting from surgery. I'm having a major surgery tomorrow, but I want that recording if I cannot attend. And
Super. There's also like a handout. So there's a work page that you can go through when you're listening to the recording as well.
That's awesome. I plan on attending. Thursdays are hard for me, but since I'm going to be on bed rest, it'll be perfect to keep my mind spinning. Tamara,
Awesome.
Are you able to come on, Tamara?
If you give me about 5 or 10 minutes. I'll be there for sure on the regular thing. I just need to be on video for a minute. I'm on a phone with a
Okay,
important phone call.
okay, that's fine. Let's take you off of screen, but you can listen to us, right? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Thank you, Tamara. Okay, so with that said, I love doing the 30-second, just so that you know, this is a learning training, is that I honestly feel like you need to get that 30 seconds so clear and so perfect. And then you can move to stretch it and add to it for your 1 minute and then your 2 minute. But if you don't have that first 30-second down as clear can be, you've already lost your audience. So you need to have that clear. Now, something I've learned, and I don't know if all coaches feel this way, but it's not one coach, but 3 different coaches now have told me we no longer start our introduction out by introducing ourselves with our name on virtual meetings because our name is already on the screen. So you just lost, Abby's like, oh, now I get it. Because you just lost that minute little half a second or so introducing yourself because now your name is on the screen or has someone else already introduced you. So if you're in one of those situations, you can save time by not introducing yourself. Hello, my name is LaDonna McAbee with Networking Expert. Okay. So if you would have noticed when I did my intro, I didn't introduce my name. It's on the screen. And all of you here know that I'm Networking Expert. So keep that in mind when you're doing, we were taught our introduction. We start with our name, we end with our name. And then they changed it. And then so who knows what it'll be tomorrow. But that was just a little insight from different well-known people that coach and have been doing it for a million years. So with that said, I am so excited that Helen is here because our bios are so important when introducing us, right? Introducing us out loud, introducing us on our websites, introducing us in person. Our bio is so important. I had Helen help me with my bio. It is spectacular and it's me. It's authentic. She put my Southern in there. She put my just so many pieces of me in there, but not too much about me. Because remember, it's all about them. So you can't have it too much about us. So with that said, I want to go ahead and bring Helen in. And Helen, you will have the next 25-ish minutes, and then we'll go into question and answers. All right. Thank you so much, Helen.
Super. Thanks for that info or intro, I should say. And I'm so glad that you're happy with your biography. So there's some I kind of want to start with some fundamental things about our business that we actually need to kind of thrive and survive. So I've listed some things and I want you guys to think about these. And then I want to ask if there's any more feedback that you think are important factors for your business. So I listed skills. I listed interests. Perhaps there's investment, whether it's time or money. There's marketing. You need to have goals. You need to have a mission, a vision. You obviously need to have clients. Is there anything else that you can think of that helps to drive a successful business? Have I missed anything on that list?
Would motivation go to that list? Because I feel like that's so important to be able to motivate people.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think that like it may fall into your vision statement.
Okay.
But yes, that's a good one. We definitely have to have motivation because we hit a lot of roadblocks, right? And we have to overcome those. So that's great. Anybody else have any ideas for anything that I might have missed there? Dar? You're on mute, hon.
Yes, I'm unmuted now. I was thinking maybe creativity. Would that fall into?
You know what, for you, I can see why you would say that, and that applies to me as well. There are some people who aren't creative, and it isn't necessary to their work. If you think of, I don't know, maybe like an accountant or a bookkeeper, they really don't need to have creativity. They need to have kind of logic and systems, but that's certainly, I think that would kind of fall under our skills or our talents, because depending on what those skills and talents are, you're going to show up in your business in that way. But good answer, Dar.
I have another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Mindset.
Good one. Good one. Okay. Yep. Kind of goes along those lines of, you know, the motivation. We've got to have a plan. We've got to have a vision, and we've got to have that mindset to actually see it through. That's awesome. So thank you for that feedback.
You're welcome.
And now what I want to do is kind of talk, you know,
Helen?
yes.
Miss Alicia, I was gonna say network. You have to have a network.
Oh, thank you. Sorry that I missed your hand there. Yes, that's important too. Again, that, you know, I might have been a little vague in some of the things because I feel like that kind of falls under the marketing premise, but certainly, if you don't have a network, if you don't have people, if you don't have an audience, you're definitely not going to get clients, right? So all good answers. Thank you so much for contributing, everyone. So what I want to kind of do now is talk about just like a simple explanation to show how these show up in your business. And because it's summer and it's hot, unless you're in Australia, and I don't think we have anybody in Australia here, it's going into their winter season now. I thought of an ice cream truck. I don't even know if there are any ice cream trucks around anymore. I used to see one the odd time back where I lived. Abby, you have them up in your area? That's so fun. So that's such a great childhood memory of mine. And so I thought, you know what, it's hot. It's been really hot where I am. So I thought, let's talk about an ice cream truck business to talk about these. So first, you know, we need some skills. So to have an ice cream truck, we obviously need to have a driver's license. We obviously need to have some knowledge about, you know, inventory and keeping our product cold. So we need to understand maybe a little bit about refrigeration and different things like that. We need to even have some knowledge of maybe geographics, where the kids are, you know, where you're going to go and find your customers. So those are kind of some things on skills that we would need to have. So interests. So an ice cream truck isn't going to get very far if they don't like kids, if they don't like summer, if they don't like being outside, if they don't like the taste of ice cream, or maybe even if they don't like the sound of that bell that they signal that they're in the neighborhood, right? So those are some interests that somebody would have to be able to run an ice cream truck. Investment. Maybe they need to buy a truck. Maybe they have to paint it. They need ice cream and scoops and freezers and cups and cones and maybe serviettes, all of those things, right? There's investment of supplies that they need to have. And of course, there's marketing. You might think ice cream sells itself, right? No, that's actually not the case. You know, ice cream is certainly way more expensive than it was when I was a kid. So you still need to convince parents that they're going to spend that money to buy those ice creams for their kids, right? So one of the interesting marketing tools they use is that bell. And if any of you are familiar with Pavlov's theory, if we hear that bell in our neighborhood, we know the ice cream truck is there and we run out, right? That's actually a real unique kind of marketing perspective. How many other things out there do you think are recognizable as a business by a sound? Not too many things, right? You know, we can see a logo and recognize Nike or McDonald's or something, but that's a really unique marketing perspective because it's a sound. You can hear it the street over, and you can run in the house and get your money from your mom before it hits your street, right? So that's some really interesting marketing. They also have, often they have music, they have bright colors on the truck. Sometimes they even have those little sticks and they have samples for you and all those things. Those are all marketing perspectives that an ice cream truck person could use. Unless you can hear Tamara singing, I got a dark heart left. Okay, not sure what that was. So one of the other things around ice cream that I thought of is, I think it's Starbucks, and I'm not sure because I never go there, but I think there's places that in the drive-through, they'll give cups to your dog with ice cream in them. And so maybe an ice cream truck could use that same kind of thing. They could have little special treats that you could give to your dog. That could be a whole marketing theory with that too. And then goals. So, an ice cream truck, how much do you want to sell each day? How big of a neighborhood do you want to hit? Do you want to expand to other neighborhoods or other cities? And then when you talk about mission, these are your larger goals. So, do you want to educate people about ice cream? Is that a goal of yours? Or do you want to create new flavors? Or maybe you want to franchise. Maybe you want to start a chain. These are bigger mission goals. And then there's a vision. So the difference between mission and vision is how to execute that mission. So if we think of vision, maybe they're going to work with sports coaches to determine when the little league games are and where they are so that they know, what time to show up in a particular neighborhood. Or maybe they're going to talk to local schools or the government offices, or maybe they're going to, through this vision, maybe they're going to connect with other entrepreneurs and develop a collaborative that's going to help them invest so that they can expand their business. So these are all parts of their vision that they would need to execute to take that on. Or maybe they want to take some culinary training so that they can enhance their flavor palette and create those new flavors. Who knows what it is, right? It's all, it's kind of fun when you think about it in terms of ice cream, but those things all apply to our businesses as well. So when you think of business with these steps, most of us actually didn't think of these things when we first started our business. I know I certainly didn't. But once you get going, you actually need to have that framework to continue to grow. And LaDonna is certainly somebody who can help you with that kind of vision and moving your business along. But part of that marketing and planning really takes shape with your biography. And a biography can do a lot of things for us. It can advertise, of course. It can create content for us. A lot of people don't know that. I'm going to touch on that. It can actually show us the holes in our business plan. And it can confirm or change our alignment when we're trying to work towards that mission. So I know for me, I just read my bio from my website. It's only about 3 or 4 years old, and it's already like really out of date because my mission has changed. My vision has changed. My client base has changed. It just doesn't represent everything that I am anymore. Parts of it for sure, but the focus is off. The goals are different. The audience is actually even different. So I want to go through some of the basics. When we think of a biography, we think, okay, we're going to plunk one on our website. Maybe if we write a chapter in a book, or as LaDonna said earlier, if somebody's going to introduce you because you're a speaker, or maybe even if you're quoting a job for someone or a project, you want to include kind of like your resume, which would be your biography as part of that proposal. I know I did that on a recent project. It's a very complicated process, needless to say, but I was quoting on a project. And when I put that into the contract, into the proposal, it actually, it aligned with something else that the business owner wanted. And they were actually really happy to see that in there because it kind of changed the dynamics of where the business was going to go as we work together. So that's kind of the basic thing. But the secondary thing, and this is where I was talking about creating content, is it helps us develop, once we get that clear biography, it helps us develop those shorter things like LaDonna was talking about, your 30-second pitch, but also those shorter handles that you need for social media. If you can find, the personality, the expertise, the audience, and if you can kind of capture that and put that into one sentence that's on your social media page. Everyone kind of has a different character limit. Facebook and Instagram are different than LinkedIn. LinkedIn has to appear in a very specific format, but your biography actually helps you understand what it is you want to say to people in that really small space as well. So that's kind of a way that you can reuse that. You also want to make sure that it's the same or very similar on all the platforms that you're on, because you want to show up very consistently, no matter where people find you. So that's a really important part of your biography is getting that key message that you just repeat again and again and again. So however you introduce yourself at networking, however you show up on social media, whatever your website says, it should all be very consistent. And then, of course, you're going to find key ideas in that bio that you can use for social media posts. If, like Dar mentioned today, and I love that in your intro, Dar, that, you are through and through Canadian like myself, and that we're all about maple syrup and saying sorry. You could put posts like that in your social media that would really attract people to your sense of humor, the fact that you embrace and love being a Canadian, all of those things. So out of that biography actually comes social media content or marketing content. And people often don't think of it that way. We've been told for many, many years that if you have a blog or a newsletter, you can take pieces of that and repost that on social media. You can do the same thing with your bio. It's that key messaging that you want to keep repeating. So, again, LaDonna mentioned this earlier, but that whole idea of creating your 30-second pitch, creating your 1-minute pitch or your 3-minute introduction. Maybe somebody's introducing you at a speaking event like this, and the 30-second pitch isn't enough. You don't necessarily need to have a really lengthy bio, but you need to have a few sentences that someone can say about you to introduce you to the group. Some people write hundreds and hundreds of words in a biography, and I don't think that's necessary. We are bombarded with so much information. If somebody's looking at your website, or if somebody's, checking out a bio, you wrote a book, or you've got a newsletter and there's a little bit about you at the bottom of the newsletter, people will just lose focus, right? So the shorter it can be with real impact is actually really important. You want to be able to tell them enough, but you don't want to be able to kind of have them nodding off because they learned everything about your childhood and what color of shoes you're wearing and whatever else, right? So what else can it do with advertising? So it actually helps you show up with the same personality all the time as well. And what I mean by that is, in your biography, it's really important that the person of who you are comes forward, as well as your expertise and what it is that you do. So again, I'm going to just use Dar's example because I think it was so great this morning that she threw in this flavor of her personality, around, drowning things in maple syrup. It allows people to get a glimpse of who she is as a person, rather than what she does as a service or what she sells as a product. And that's a really important thing, to be able to show up with that personality as well, because that's what people buy. They kind of buy the smile on your face. They buy the sincerity in your voice. They buy the trust that they have for you. And that comes through, again, that consistency and that personality that you show them. So lots of people could sell ice cream, but, you could be like a creepy old man who doesn't brush his teeth, or you could be a really friendly, welcoming, warm person, and I know who I would rather buy ice cream from, right? So it's really important that you continue to show people your personality, and in your biography is a really great way to do that. So working with your biography and revisiting it every few years, especially if you feel that there are changes happening in your business, is really important to help keep you on focus. So you know, it shows us those holes in our business plan. So, you know, revisiting is important. As I said, I changed mine. It's only 3 or 4 years old. I know LaDonna's has changed. You know, she is now a coach and a networking expert. But when she started this business, that's not really what she was doing. She was actually just offering networking and a selling opportunity for people, right? When Millionaire Marketplace started. So there's been a lot of growth and a lot of change, and that needs to be reflected in her resume. And that's very different. So if your bio, you know, doesn't sit well with you, that's telling you that something's out of alignment. So kind of pay attention to that. If you read your bio and you're like, I don't know if I want to share that with people, not, you know, it's time to address it. Maybe your personal story has changed as well. And that's, again, something that we don't often think of in our business, but, you know, maybe you have moved, maybe your lifestyle is different. Maybe you have become divorced or married or had a child or had a child go off to university. All of those things actually reflect in who you are as a person. So I, for example, have a special needs daughter. Today was her first day of work at her summer job. And because they changed her first day of work from yesterday to today, it changed around my morning. I was supposed to pick her up at 11 o'clock when this event started. And I was like, got to figure that out. So for those things to show up in my biography, to let people know that I'm a parent of a special needs child, for example, depending on where that journey is, if it's a child in school or a young adult, those are all things that you can reflect that let people know kind of who you are, what your priorities are, where things are with you in your life. So think about those things as well. It might even show that you need a new business plan. And so again, it might just be flat. Your biography just might not say a lot. It might make you think, oh man, like, is that what I want to do for the rest of my life? Is this actually giving me that motivation and that inspiration? Have I got the right mindset around this? Maybe you don't have a focus, maybe you don't have a plan. And so it will help to show that as well. So I want to give you some tips on creating a good biography. So the first thing is you really want to make it sound like you're speaking about yourself. We don't want it to sound like computer generated, kind of lifeless, flat, two-dimensional words. If you were speaking to someone, what would you say about yourself? So think of that in terms of your biography. The biography is often written in the third person, as in, you know, Helen does this, or in her work, she does whatever, as opposed to me saying I. But still think of it that way, that you are saying it when you're writing your biography. And make sure that those words that you use as well. So there's two things on this. Make sure that the words that you use are in alignment with your core values and your personality. So again, talking about things for me that are in nature and that are fun and that are, again, very Canadian, because I'm a full 4-season girl here in Canada, right? I need all of those things to kind of shine through for my personality. Make sure that you work with someone, if they're going to do it for you, who digs in to discover that personality, because that really needs to show as much as the experience and the expertise needs to show. We don't want it to be a resume. We actually want it to be more like a conversation, somebody feeling like they're getting to know you by reading that. So on that idea of not making it sound like a resume, you know, a list of experience is important, but I want to share with you, think about what's called your UVP. So that is your unique value perspective. And that is that only you can do what you do in the way that you do it. So there are lots of coaches out there. There are lots of creatives. There are lots of people who sell, you know, healthcare products. How do you do it differently? That's what really is important for people to discover in your resume. So, you know, I'm a writer. I don't cut and paste. I really want people to shine. So no biography that I write, no blog that I write ever comes from material that I already have on file. I start from scratch every time, right? And that's what's so important, to be able to show up as the unique person that you are in your business. So I really want to know the people in order to be able to write for them. So, you know, things for me, like I said, I'm a dog mom. I have a special needs child. I'm a seeker of truth and justice. I love winter. All of those things are important to me, and those, not all of them, but some of those things can show up in my biography to let people know who I am. So I also want to advise you to have friends read your biography and get feedback. And, you know, if it doesn't sound like you, they'll tell you. But I also want to caution you here. If you are growing into something new, or if you are, you know, taking that route as an entrepreneur and you maybe have people around you who aren't so supportive, don't go to those friends, because that's not going to be helpful, right? We always have naysayers around. Don't do that. Go to business associates that you've met, you know, go to people who want you to rise and want you to shine, and get those friends to have a look at your resume, or family who, you know, are supportive and understand who you are as a person as well. And so on the area of personal details, the idea of sharing personal details, if you can tie that somehow into your work, that makes it even more fun, right? So the idea, I know when LaDonna, when you and I were working together, we talked about how your family is so important to you, and that your business still works around those family needs. So rather than just a sentence at the end that says, you know, LaDonna is a wife and mother and proud grandma, period. You know, we talk about the fact that her business revolves around that family because that's a core value of hers. So those kinds of things, again, help to talk about your business, but with your personal connection to that. So try to think about that in your, you know, in your storytelling, if you will, in that biography. So, you know, just as an example for me, I talked about loving winter. So, you know, how could that show up, whether it's in my biography or whether it's in, you know, a social media post that I'm putting out there? I could talk about it, you know, because I'm a writer, that it gives me inspiration for some of the creativity that I have. I know a couple of years ago, it was like a frigid cold day here, but it was absolutely beautiful. And I wrote a poem and I posted it on Facebook. So it can be tied into my business because it can talk about the inspiration that I receive from that. So showing that personal side of you helps people feel closer to you, which develops that know, like, and trust factor. And another thing that I will, you know, caution you on, I said this earlier, don't make it too long. So, you know, if you are writing a paper for your PhD, sure, you can have a 2-page resume because you've got lots of credentials and lots of things you need to say about yourself and your work, but otherwise don't bore people. People don't need to know every course you've taken, every job you've had, all of your personal details. They just need to know the things that are going to help them understand who you are as a person, what you do, and that you're an expert at it. Those are the 3 key things you want to really try and focus on in your biography. So you want to share what people need to know to trust you and to feel aligned with you. And then I want to share too that you need to speak the way your clients need to hear. So this is a big one. This is not naturally the way you speak. This is actually the information that your clients need. So Abby, I'm going to pick on you here because I know that a lot of the work that you do is very knowledge driven. You know lots of things about computers and it's over the head of a lot of people, right? So the way that you introduce something like that, you need to put it in a language that people will understand. So I know I've heard you, forgive me because I'm not aware of your new business, but in your previous business, you know, you use the term computer angel and safety and keywords like that, that people will be like, oh yeah, I need my website to be safe and I need my social media to be safe. And how do I make my computer safe from viruses? That word clicks with people, even if they don't know the first thing about their computer, right? So your knowledge, and it may or may not be, Abby, I'm just assuming, could be very technical. You could talk about all sorts of things about, you know, viruses and scans and, you know, all sorts of things that would not resonate with people. So make sure that the language that you use in your biography is connecting with the people who need your service. And that's by speaking in a way that they will understand. So if they need, let me say, Tamara, Alicia, LaDonna, you guys are all coaches in some capacity or other. So you need to speak to the language that your client, what are they struggling with? What do they need to know that you can help them with? They need to know how you kind of hold them and support them. What does that look like? You know, do they need a system? Do they need some understanding? Do they need some mindset? Do they need a plan? All of those things you can convey in your biography in a way that connects with what that client is looking for, as opposed to, again, you could be a very systematic person in your approach and in your process, but maybe your clients need to hear a different side. They maybe need to hear nurturing. They maybe need to hear that, you know, you're not going to bombard them with some overwhelming system. It's a step-by-step process. You've got patience, you know, so you need to think about that, what your client, what they're struggling with and what they need to hear because of that in order to trust you and want to work with you. And I'm going to end with this. If you're not a great writer, spelling and grammar maybe aren't your strong suit, or maybe you find that expressing yourself can be difficult, it is really worth it to hire someone to do it for you. People are judgmental. They will find every error. I know I've read some statistics before I used for presentation. I did, I believe it was last year. There's a number of something like 65% of people won't buy from you if they see a spelling mistake on your website. Like they just won't trust you. If they feel like if you know, can't take the time to make sure that that's done well, how are you going to look after them? So things like spelling and grammar are really important. You know, people will, unfortunately, it's part of how we're wired. They will find every error. They will find every discrepancy. So again, that's why content over different platforms also needs to be very consistent. But even more important, they'll kind of judge you by what is not there as well. So if your passion, your purpose, your clear message of what you do, like LaDonna talked with us about before, that 30-second pitch has to be so clear. If that's not there, if they can't find this succinct message, they're going to move on. People need to understand who you are and what you do and why you're the best at it for them. And that's really the purpose of your biography. That's, I mean, it's all of your messaging needs to be that clear, but it really starts there. I hope this has been helpful. I don't know if I've done the full 25 minutes, LaDonna, but I'm happy to answer questions if people have any questions on this. And I'm also, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm also willing to make a special offer for anybody who wants a biography done for them. My offer is $400 for a bio, and I'm willing to give 20% off to anybody here today who books and pays for it before the end of the month. So by June 30th, you get 20% off. Okay, any questions?
Abby,
Yes, thank you. You brought up a point that I need clarity on. I actually
Yes.
have two businesses. My Tech Assist and my RDN. And should I be doing a presentation online, including both, or rotate, focus? So this is actually for LaDonna and Helen. Do I
Yep.
do
That's a great
focus?
question, because a lot of us have multiple businesses. I know I do a lot of things, and I show up pretty much with the same messaging all the time around my writing business because that's my main business. But I would say to you, my question would be, and LaDonna, please tune in on this as well if you've got some advice. If there's a way that you could tie them together in a, you know, technical support role, like I am the kind of technical advisor for investing and computers, like if there's some way you could tie that together, then I think you could have a very succinct message that covers both. Just encompassing that. I discourage people to use different messaging different times they show up at networking, because a confused mind doesn't buy. So if you show up one day and you're the computer angel, and you show up the next day and you're the MCN or whatever it is, people are going to get confused, right? And so that would be my suggestion. LaDonna, do you want to pipe in? Do you have anything to say on that?
So I was going to set up an appointment with Abby because I was a little concerned. So I'll just spill it here. So Abby, when you show up for your second business, it makes people, because we are human and we're just all wired this way, we think you've closed Tech Angel, okay? We don't see it as a second business. We see it as a new business that you just started because you closed the other one, and people want to think the worst, that you just didn't make it. So now you flip, okay? So what I suggest is similar exactly what Helen had to say. Merge them both so it's one business. You just added to it. You just added to your tech assist, okay? And it is a tech assist because you're going out and you're mining for other entrepreneurs. I call it mining.
It is data mining.
Some people call it different names, but I call it mining. So it is a tech assist. It is a tech part of a business, okay? That you can assist in, that most business owners, number one, don't want to learn how to do. It's not the easiest thing to do because you have to do a lot of research, because I do it every day. And I've trained people how to do it. Now I have someone that does it for me because I don't want to do it. It just wasn't something for me. I'd rather pay someone to do. So it is a tech assist.
Yeah.
Merge it so it's not two businesses. And you can talk about you're still the tech angel, but add verbiage about what you've added to Tech Assist. I hope that.
Yeah, I like that in terms of the Tech Assist, Abby. It could be an introduction that says something around the lines of, you know, I provide technical assistance for both your computer safety and operations, as well as crypto mining or whatever, however that may fit in, so that you're an assistant, you're providing technical support, and you do it in these two areas.
And I would call it a business building tool, is what I would call that. A business building tool, because that's exactly what you're doing, Abby. You're giving other entrepreneurs a tool that will help them build their business through you.
Yeah.
That's what I would call that, because people want to know how to build their businesses faster. We want that green stuff in the bank as fast as possible. Let's get for real. We want to make money. Yes, we want to help each other, but in return, we want to make money to keep the lights on, to keep the mortgage company happy. So I hope that helps, Abby.
Yes.
Perfect. Tamra.
Okay, first I'm gonna apologize for being late and seem a little distracted. I really am sorry. Then I want to say, okay, so say like me, I want to rename my business because I think my business is too long. So LaDonna has said that I need to keep parts of my old business with parts of my new, so it doesn't look like I just gave up, which I did. So how do I just take it up to that next level where I can change the name without making it sound like I just gave up? I just gave up, which I really didn't. I just think the name is too long and I needed to change it. That's all. I didn't give up the business. I didn't change. I didn't just say, oh, I'm done. And no, I just want to know, what do you think? I know what LaDonna's told me because LaDonna's my coach, but I mean, I just need to, what do you think? When should I
Sure.
just
So
do it? Should
yeah,
I
I
just do
think
it the next time I go into a meeting like today? I should say, oh, I'm the owner of Pivot Coaching.
what I was going to say about that is a name is just a name. So you can call yourself Pivot Coaching. You can call yourself,
Just for you,
I'm
life brigade, life coaching for starting you.
there you go.
Oh, yeah.
All of those things. But whether it's a 30-second introduction, whether it's a biography, you have a chance to explain what is encompassed in that title, right? So
Okay.
kind of the same as we were talking with Abby about the fact that she's a tech assist. That's her kind
Right.
of mainframe, if you will. There are different categories under that. So it's just a name. That's all I would say to you. I wouldn't worry about that whatsoever because it's the description of that name that is what matters.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that I just,
It's always good
you
to get a
always
second
have to
opinion.
have that second opinion.
Yay! So,
Oh, by the way, I got it dark, or I got it dark, or not really. It's been a minute, but that's my saying every day.
so with what we talked about with Abby and we talked about with Tamara, it's all about the thought process of what others are going to think. And in business, we have to care about that. We have to care about that because that's who pays us is other people. That's where we get our paychecks from. That's where we earn our income. So we have to go with it. But what is so important, again, Helen said it, is you have to be clear. There cannot be any distance in what you believe in your mind and what's coming out of your mouth. You have to believe it, eat it, live it, think of it, love it in your heart. It has to be that heartbeat next to the family, God, your spouse. It has to be right there in that same level, almost. I mean, there's nothing ever going to top my family, but you know what I mean? It's got to be in that same space. But and if you don't believe in yourself and if you don't believe in your business, you're going nowhere. And if you don't have those two beliefs, we need to talk because you have to have it. It has got to be clear to you so you can be clear when you talk to Helen or you write something and Helen reads it. She has to understand what you do. My business name is Networking Expert. There's a lot of different libraries or categories or shelves, however you want to see it. I coach, I speak, I teach, I mentor on a million different things. Okay, but I can't explain all of that in a 30-second introduction. If I tried, people would be so confused. They would shut down in the first 5 seconds. It doesn't take us long in today's world where people 30 years ago would sit and listen to you for hours. They're not doing it anymore. A minute or less, truly. That's why there's reels. That's why there's shorts. People only want to hear you for 1 minute or less. So remember that. Remember that. Clear, precise. Alicia, I would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What are your questions? What are your concerns? Comments? Unmute, please. What are you thinking, Alicia?
With what I do, I want to say that I'm not always sure if I'm in the right room.
What do you think about that?
How many most of the time it's solopreneurs. And I'm looking for business owners and or executive staff of employees. So I like to listen, I like to gain information, but it might be productive. And that's where my problem lies.
Okay, before Helen answer this, if you don't mind, Helen, I would like to say something. All groups are not made up of the same. Some groups are only for networking, connecting. Some groups are only for selling. A group like mine is that I bring, all of our members get a chance to speak. Helen's a member. She's speaking on a bio. That's what she's speaking about. And even though you do business owners and entrepreneurs and like corporate, you still need that bio, right?
Well, I do have one through my doctoral program.
Okay, so you always want to make sure that's clear and precise, and that's why Helen is here today.
I support what she said, being clear, concise, not always using what I have for my doctoral program for professional. I have to clean it up and make it more succinct. So I do support what Helen said today.
What do you have to say for that, Helen?
Yeah, I would just, agree with you. I think you need to, a biography is important for anyone, no matter what kind of business they're in. And I would say, especially if you're serving the corporate market, it really has to be an impactful biography to stand out, right?
Yeah.
So it's super important. And the idea about, kind of finding the right audience, I'm not sure if that was meant in terms of the group here not being your target
I'm just saying
audience.
in general, because I find myself a lot of time going to places where there's solopreneurs, and I question my my methodology. Is there supposed to be a different route for me to connect with people, or is there like a think tank that I should be joining that I'm not aware of,
Yeah, I would suggest that's, that's some marketing research that you probably need to do.
Right.
Where you need to find other areas, use a group like this to support your personal development and your growth, but then you need to find other areas where you want to go to market. And so whether that's masterminds or whether that's different networking groups that are more, like I'm thinking of BIA, Chamber of Commerce, government things that might have more of a corporate or a business owner audience. Those are maybe some areas that you need to look into to actually make the connections that you need to grow your business. So I hope that's helpful.
Yes, thank you, Helen. I appreciate that.
I would definitely agree with that, Helen, is that the BNI groups, the masterminds, I would think you're going to have to find those corporate people, but don't when you're in something that you're getting training, if it's here or wherever you choose, you never know who Abby knows or who Grace knows. I mean, Grace knows the owner of her coffee business. That would be a great person for Grace and you to meet and talk and get in front of him, because he owns the business. That means he knows a lot of business owners, corporate, larger. So never underestimate any group, because it may not be the best group, but you never know who knows who. Helen knows a lot of people in corporate and larger companies. You just never know who's going to be your next big client. So, and we'll talk more about that too. You and I will talk again, because I've got so many ideas for you. I'm just full of great ideas.
Okay.
Ask Dar. Dar, do I have great ideas or what?
Mhm.
So,
Well, I'm great. I'm so grateful to be here. Definitely. I did enjoy the teaching today. So thank
that's
you.
awesome. That's awesome. And that's what we want to bring. Again, we want to bring the income also, but I know that we must always train ourselves. You know, we always have to be looking at that next training session. Dar, what do you have to say today to Helen?
No, well, first of all, to you, I'm probably your biggest fan. and Helen, I really appreciated that you used some of my ideas for my bio, because some of them are just so bang on about, especially what you said about Canadians are known for specific, very, very specific things, like Four Seasons, like maple syrup, the real stuff, not the plastic stuff. And I've been enjoying playing around with my bio too. So I'm actually in process of writing it out. So
Excellent.
That's awesome. Grace, what will you have to say today?
I just wanted to add something that you said. You said that I know the owner. I know of the owner. However, what I just wrote in the chat is I will be meeting the owner and the multi-millionaire, maybe even billionaire CEO in Toronto, Ontario, Canada in October. And then I said, who wants to come?
That's awesome, Grace. That is awesome. And do you have anything for Helen today?
Well, I took a lot of notes there, and I think they're important points about being consistent and being short with impact, and for having your words to align with your personality and your beliefs. Very important stuff.
And you just
Awesome.
pinpointed probably the greatest point of all of our business, right, Helen? I mean, that's
Yes, I was just going to say, good listening. You're a good student, Grace.
yes. Tamara, is there anything else you would like to add? Okay, all right. With that said,
No, not unless I can ask when's my next dark card.
oh, stop it. Okay, so the next one we're going to go into the Millionaire Marketplace. You get 2 minutes to introduce yourself and pitch us on one item, only one, or a bundle, but only one item that you want to offer us today. That can be a free call with you. That can be a free ticket to your next event. That can be a product, whatever it is that you want to do, but don't offer 2 products. This is only a time for one product or a bundle. So if you're selling lipstick and you want to put a face cleanser with it, then it's a bundle. Okay, so, or you can sell just the lipstick, but whatever it is, just one. Helen.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but before we start, I need to excuse myself because I have to go pick up Victoria. I'm an hour late picking her up
Oh,
already. So yeah.
You know that you told us about your bio in that you were
Yes.
going to give a 20%, was it 20% discount?
20% off. Yeah.
And a 20% off, and how much was it originally?
It's $400, 20% off if it's paid for by the 30th of June.
Okay, I'll put that in the comments for you. Go pick up that girl.
Okay, thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Helen. Bye.
Thank you.
you, Helen.
All right, so with that said, we are going to, since Helen has left, she usually goes first, being our speaker, we are going to go to Abby. She looks ready and roaring to go.
I am. I'm taking the advice of Helen and LaDonna, and I'm starting off with, I am your tech angel flying in to help you with your computer issues, safety, and data mining. Keep your computer from crashing while giving you the steps to be safe, and give you lists that can turn into leads. It is my pleasure to turn your stress around to give you more productivity, ease, and joy back in your business and life. With a passion to create spaces that inspire, with the comprehensive suite of professional services cater to a diverse clientele. So bring your computer frustrations that are overwhelming you, and book a tech call with me, and I'll fly in to help you. Thank you. And my offer is a 30-minute free consultation to see if we are a fit.
Awesome. And what's going to be your hashtag, Abby?
Oh, hashtag tech.
All right, hashtag tech. Go ahead and put that in the chat for us. And how do you want us to reach you? Now, if you want an appointment with Abby, because that's what she's offered, you will in return put hashtag tech and your way of contacting. That way you and Abby both know how to contact each other. Now, Alicia, I don't know if you have or have not, if you've never talked with Abby, you may want to do that. Get to know what she really does and how she may be able to help you or your clients. For instance, maybe you have a client that's always having tech issues. You can put Abby in contact with her or him. That's what we tried hard to do here. Okay?
Is this the clarity training?
I'm sorry?
Is this the clarity training part?
No. This is the Millionaire Marketplace. We're still in the same meeting.
Oh, is it later? Because I'm trying to figure out. This is only my second
The event is at noon. It will be right here. The clarity event will be. Yes.
Okay. This is my second event with you, so
yeah.
I'm learning.
So, Abby, the only thing I will say about your introduction, and I've had no thought about this whatsoever, it just spit out of my head, is you may want to think about starting off a little different by I am your business building
Guru?
tech angel, because I know you like to use your tech angel or tech assist. By taking care of your tech issues and your mining issue, however you want to word it, but I would almost start it by I am your business builder, business building, your business guru, whatever word sounds there. You want them to think that you can help them in all of the business computer need, tech need, because that's what you're going after. That's why you are merging those two together. I hope that makes sense. If not, book a call with me and I'll help you out with that. I'll have more thought into it. Okay, so now we are going to go with Grace. Grace, come on down.
Hi. Okay. Now the coffee that I offer, the organic gourmet coffee, has so many health benefits to it that we really need to talk to find out what you need and how this coffee can help you. Because unless you know what it can do for you, then, why would you buy it? So, let's have a free 30-minute consultation, and I will put the link to my Google Calendar in here so that we can talk about what it can do for you.
Awesome. Now, Grace, so your offer is the 30-minute consultation, correct?
Yes, free, yes.
Okay, and the hashtag will be?
Coffee talk, I guess. Coffee
I
talk.
love coffee talk. I love it. Hashtag coffee talk. Woo! Okay, so put in the chat, how you want, okay, perfect. You know what I would love to hear from you, Grace? Again, Alicia, I know you're new here and I want to explain to you what we're doing. I'm always wanting to help the girls define their what they're talking about just a little bit better, clear, or different. It's fine just the way it is, but we're always wanting to learn more, right, ladies? So,
Right.
you know, Grace, your pizzazz that you give off and your excitement for your product, you love your product, and we know that by your excitement. Why not start that intro off like, I am your coffee guru. I am here to offer you the best coffee and tea for your inside and out. Because you talk about how well it does for your body inside and how it makes you feel on the outside. So tell us in sharp words, like, I'm here to help you inside and out with my natural coffee and teas. Something like that. Does that?
Yes, that's correct, because it also it has the Ganoderma lucidum in it, which means shiny skin. So it improves your skin on the outside as well as your inside to make you
tell us.
feel
Tell
happy.
us that. Tell us that in your first 30 seconds. I'm here with the best coffee and tea to help you inside and out. Something like that, because you truly believe that. You've read about it, you've studied it, you've researched it, you go to the conferences. So,
And I drink it too.
and you, yes. So tell us that in the first 30 seconds, how much in love of that is with you. But now by telling us that it's for us inside and out, now you've told us what you can do for me. And that's what it's truly about. That's what it's truly about. All right, we are going to go to Tamra.
LaDonna,
Yes.
can I ask Grace, what is the name of this coffee?
I can put my link in there because I don't want you researching it here, there, and everywhere online. I have made up a whole Facebook group all about it, and I can put my link in there so you can research it yourself or look at
I
my
just want to know the
website.
name. Is it Organo or something
Yeah,
like that?
it is.
Oh,
It is.
okay. I'm familiar with it. My daughter's drinking Rise right now.
She's drinking what?
Rise. It's like a mushroom coffee.
Yeah.
Rise.
Well,
yeah,
okay, I would have to research that because yeah, I would. So I don't want to say anything because I don't know anything. Like, I know it's a mushroom coffee, but you know, I don't know about the quality of it. I just know that the Organo Gold has 9 health certifications, and it's won several awards for their coffee, for their different coffees. It's won an award for the Royal Black Coffee, which is fairly new. It's won an award for the King Coffee, and you know, all of that. So
okay, thank you for sharing.
You're
awesome.
welcome.
I always love hearing Grace talk about her coffee and teas and God, because let me tell you what, she knows her stuff. She knows her stuff, let me tell you. And that's what I love about entrepreneurs, business owners of any kind, is when they truly know what they're doing.
Right.
All about it. So that's awesome, Grace, please. Thank you. One more thing for you, Grace, is I would use that coffee talk all the time. Make your coffee talk, book an appointment for coffee talk with me right after this. Do something like that at the end. You know, let's have a coffee talk. How does that sound? Let's have a coffee talk. I'll leave my chat in my calendar link in the chat. Something like
And
that.
Grace, your hashtag, your coffee and talk should be one word.
Yes. One
Oh,
word. 'Cause it's
okay, thank
hashtag.
you.
Yes, perfect.
Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right, Tamara, come on down.
Okay, Tamara, come on down. I have pivot coaching. It's a program designed specifically for vibrant women over 50 feeling lost and unsure after a major life event. We specialize in helping you find your purpose, reignite your motivation, and help you find crystal clear clarity and direction so that you can not only start thriving in your life, or not only live in your life, but thrive in your life again. So I am a life coach for women over 50, and I have a clarity jumpstart class that is for 20, it's a 5-week, it's actually 5 weeks, but I'm going to do it in 5 days. And it's going to be an hour class each day. And it's going to focus on finding your clarity so that you can start thriving in your life again. And I'm offering it for $24 right now, up until the 21st of July, when we start flying like the phoenix. So, and
Awesome.
rising like the phoenix and revamping. So that's what we're doing.
So your hashtag for your $24
I'll just say Clarity Jumpstart.
okay, hashtag Clarity Jumpstart, all one word, $24. And the only thing, a couple of things that I recommend is I would, with your pivot, what did you call it? Pivot.
It's pivot coaching, and
Pivot
it's going to
coaching,
be,
I would add the word, that word. What word did we decide to leave?
restarting you.
Restarting you, pivot
Yeah.
coaching. Because again,
Yeah.
we want people to know that you're still doing the same thing.
You're right.
You know, I'm just,
Okay.
my suggestion, you don't have to do it, of course, just as.
No, it makes sense. And I just messed up on that one, but I'm still working on the new,
Yes.
the new,
Okay, because we're always
you know what I mean.
changing, because we're always growing. So remember that we're always growing. And then just try to be more still when you're talking instead of bouncing. But
Oh, I started moving again. I'll do better.
you're already doing better. It's not, you just continue doing what you've always been doing, learning and focusing. All right, with that said, we're going to go to Dar.
I had a feeling that was going to happen. Okay. I help people by specializing in designing unique custom greeting cards made uniquely for you. Oh, sorry. Let's start over. I help people by specializing in designing unique custom greeting cards made uniquely for you. You won't find them in any big box or in a dollar bin anywhere. I have a burning desire about what I do, and I just love to get my hands dirty with glue, paint, scissors, and paper. I treat each card I make with a passionate life, like as though I was making it for my own wife or mother. And I have been building my legend, having spent the last 14 years learning from the best of the best about multi-mix media art techniques. So yeah, I'm 100% self-taught, and now I can finally start making money by selling my unique cards that are passionately made for you by me. So if you agree that sending a card to suit any occasion to anyone in your family members, friends, coworkers, business partners, networkers alike, to send words of encouragement, congratulations, or thank yous, or even a birthday card. The way it works is this: you tell me what genre you want and you let me know. You let me do the rest. That's it. All you have to do is trust that you will receive nothing but the best of my work. Should you have any special requests, for example, a name added to the front of the card, or if you would like a bit bigger than my standard 5.5 by 4.25, or another fold, each request will be an additional $2 Canadian. So I deal in Canadian funds. I can send anywhere in the world. You pay for the shipping, and all is included in the final total after entering it all on the product page of my website, which is all automated. If you're not sure about me, why not give me a 5% discount? And the promo code is 5cards. That's all small letters, no spaces. There are several other options to you on the website. If you have made it this far in the presentation, thank you for your interest. But most of all, thank you for ordering my original works of art. #cards. And the discount, or the discount is 5% discount when you
No,
purchase.
5%, 5 cards for 5% discount.
Correct.
Okay, so so your hashtag is what?
Cards.
Cards. And if I order 5 cards, I get a 5% discount, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so please put that in your, in the chat. So this is what I want to say, Dar.
Okay.
That too much information. Because
That's ready.
it confused me.
Oh,
If it confused me, I feel like it could confuse others. Others in different ways, some maybe more, some maybe less, but it's still a little confusing because I would cut out did you say the cut or the fold or the size? I would leave that out of your 2-minute introduction. Okay, because you're gonna have that on your website already when you go there. Is that correct, Abby?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, if
So-
it isn't here, it will be.
Okay, so I would not put that in your 2-minute time. Number one, you could use that precious time to say something else. Okay.
Okay.
I did not hear the maple syrup in that 2-minute introduction, and I think you should leave that in because that's your uniqueness. As soon as you say that in your first 30 seconds, you have my attention. Okay? You have my attention because, oh my gosh, do I love maple syrup and bacon. So that caught my attention. Okay, so I would leave that in there and take out some of the, and I want to stress to you also to help you out and to get more attention, 5% off of your 5 cards for Halloween, for a wedding. Give it a certain for thank you cards. Do each offer a little different, and this is why I'm saying that. Now you have different offers you can give, not just a 5% discount because you come to my event. Now you're going to go to Grace's event. Are you going to offer the same thing if we're all still there? Because a lot of us follow each other around. Now you can say, oh no, now mine's going to be 5% off of only sympathy cards, or only thank you cards, or only birthday cards.
Right.
I'm just giving you some ideas so that you can grow easier, less stress, and have more precision on what you're doing. You don't have any of these things. I'll tell you, like I tell my adult children, this is what I have to say to you, my loves. I'm going to say it, but you get to do with whatever you want with it. And I'll still love you. But I just want to stress my opinion. I've done this for so long. I just know the ins and outs of how overwhelmed people get. And you lost me when you started talking folds and cuts and different sizes. So I'm like, I don't even know what card I want yet. And she's talking to me about what size I wanted. So, but again, that all should be on your website. So when I go to your website, I know I'm going to pay extra if I want my cart 8.5 by 11.
Right.
Okay, so you don't have to tell me that in your presentation, okay?
Okay.
Alicia, come on down. It's your turn, my friend.
Hi, everyone. As soon as I stop talking, the phone went off. Anyway, I apologize about that. Okay. Hi, everyone. We all like to feel appreciated in what we do. Whether, you know, and we all have an influence circle, whether we're business owners or we work for someone. We want to, I'm doing this by the top of my head,
That's how
so
we
please see if
practice.
I'm not
That's
making
why we
sense.
do this. It's practice. So you just go ahead.
Okay, so we all want to feel appreciated and valued in what we do.
So Alicia, just tell us, what do you do, my friend? How can you help me?
Okay, all right. So, hi, I am Alicia Alexander, and I'm an interpersonal workplace relationship expert. I get the privilege to help organizations retain their staff through authentic appreciation. Through authentic appreciation, I educate, I coach, and I public speak. Authentic appreciation is designed to help your staff feel valued and appreciated in their day-to-day work environment, their work culture. It's a great way to have a participatory work culture. It also addresses many corporate topics like DEI, change management, interpersonal work relationship, and conflict resolution. I can be reached at 401-601-3207, or the website is www.makeadifferenceconsulting.com. Alicia Alexander, thank you.
All right, much better, Alicia. So what I would have to suggest is I would not put my phone number in there, or my email, or my website, none of that, because you're gonna put that in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna put that in the chat, and then that takes, like, if you were being timed, that would give you a little bit more time to say something else about what you do and how you do it. Okay. So, I would love to hear, something more like, how are you going to, I have people that work for me. I'm not a huge corporation, but I do have people that work for me. I have a team of people that work for me. How can I show my appreciation more to my team? How are you going to teach me that? I guess I'm not clear on that. Am I giving them gifts, or am I talking to them in a certain manner? Or am I writing them letters? Or am I sending them more DARS cards?
Well, through our managing by appreciation inventory assessments, we help you learn what your team's primary and secondary appreciation language is, because we each all have an individual primary or secondary appreciation language. I don't know if I should go into
everyone that's on my team together, or just me?
Well, if you want to know what yours is, there's an assessment, but in a workshop environment, I would give each person their own what we call MBA, Managing by Appreciation Inventory Assessment. This way you know this way they know what their language is, and as a group in the workshop, you would all know what each other's language is. This way it creates a productivity improvement.
Okay, because we understand each other better
Yes,
doing this work. Okay, see, that's what I need you to say.
okay,
That's what we need to hear is what you do that you're gonna help me. I didn't get it. I didn't understand what you were saying. I wasn't clear. So make me see what you're doing. Make me hear what you're doing. A workshop environment, a team building class, something like that. That I
Okay.
understand is all of us together. Now we're learning each other's language as far as how we think and how we speak, correct? Put that in there, how each other speaks, how each other thinks. Because we,
Okay.
as a team, we do have some, I don't want to call it, not confrontation, but the level builds
Conflicts.
sometimes because we don't understand what we're thinking.
Right,
I want my team to know what I'm thinking because I don't want them to ask me questions. I just want them to go do what I want, you know?
right,
If they
right.
understand better, that will help. So-
Okay, now, LaDonna, I don't know if I could say more about what I do in. Okay, the background of what I do comes from the 5 languages of appreciation in the workplace, which is the precursor to that is the 5 love languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. He wrote both books. One is for interpersonal relationships, personal, and then one is for the corporate environment.
Okay.
The other one's for the corporate environment. Should I
I think
take?
we just need to add in there somewhere that I will, you know, that you're here to help our teams, our business offices, our whatever you want to focus on, understand each other more. You
Okay,
know, learn the 5 languages of each other, something like that. But even then, some of us don't know what those 5 languages are. So if you bring up the 5 languages, you need to mention those 5 languages.
okay,
Because then you have to make us understand. And I tell
right,
people, make it so low key, like you're talking to a lot of kindergartners. Make us
okay,
really understand and feel what you do to help me build my business. Help
okay,
me build my business in a way because we can all communicate
right,
better, easier, faster. I love it. I love it. I want more information about it now that I know what you do. I really didn't understand. So, all right.
okay.
So, I would like to go around
Should I put something in the chat now? Oh, we didn't do my hashtag.
your hashtag first, please.
Authentic appreciation in the workplace.
Shorter, like 2 words.
Authentic appreciation.
Perfect. Hashtag
Okay.
authentic appreciation. And then put however you want us to contact you. If you have a calendar link or you want us to call you, this is the time to put that in the chat. All right.
Okay.
With
Okay.
that said, Tamara, did you put the dates for can you put the date in the chat for your event? And that is July, did you say 24? Tamara? Everyone unmute, please.
Sorry, $24, and it's for $24. And
What date?
No, it's okay. You didn't know. Can I give you a call?
I honestly think I'm gonna go for the 22nd of July through the 26th of July. But I gotta check and make sure that nobody else has got any events at that time.
Okay, so you're not for sure about the date yet then?
No, it's either gonna be the 15th through the 19th or the 22nd through the 26th.
Okay, so as soon as you get the dates, I need you to send me those dates so that we can get it on the newsletter. Okay? We
Okay.
want to get this information into the newsletters.
Okay, well, let's just make it now. Let's just do it now. We'll do 15th through the 19th, and I'll do it at probably
Probably, once I get it in the newsletter, you gotta have it those.
okay, let's do it at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we'll go from 10 to 11.
Okay, and that's central time, correct?
Yes.
So for all the rest of you, that's 11 o'clock, okay, on the July 15th through the 19th. And then I'm gonna get that added to the newsletter next week, Tamara, okay?
Okay.
Dar, before I know Abby is to the sideline right now, but for you, do you have an event coming up? You don't have any events for you, right?
Nothing solidified yet. I want to talk to you first about it.
Okay, so,
I'm considering a bookmark class for September
well,
1st
that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
or
Okay,
August
so let
30th.
me know about that. I think August would be a great month since that's back to school, back to
Exactly.
college.
I just was
Yeah.
thinking about
Okay, so as soon as you get that, let me know. Abby, again, I am so sorry. I need you to send me the information about your Wednesday class that you have. And like, what, is it the same logo as your tech on Thursdays? Okay, so I need your information, but Facebook message me that because I forget, okay? And then on Thursday night, I think you've changed the name of it and I haven't updated that on the newsletter. Just remind me in the Facebook Messenger what the name of that is, okay? So dates and times. And then is there anything else coming up for you, Abby?
No. Yeah, I haven't scheduled any kind of event for RDN.
Okay, all right.
Um,
And I wouldn't say it for like that. I would just, it's just another bookshelf. Remember, it's just another bookshelf under your regular business.
I've already changed my website to compensate.
Wow, you're fast. That's awesome.
Isn't she though?
All right, Grace, what's going on? It's still Tuesday nights? Do you?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, because I want to get that back into our newsletter for Tuesday nights, and I just wanted to make sure that Dr. Bob or somebody still speaks about Organo on Tuesday nights. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so. I haven't heard anything
Okay,
other than that.
Can you check
proposing
on that
I
for
could,
me?
yeah, I will. I'll check
And
on
then
that.
Facebook message me and let me know yay or nay, so I'll get it put back in next week. I think
Okay.
that's the newsletter for today, because it goes out every Tuesday, Alicia. Our newsletter does. Do you have,
Okay, yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
okay, do you have any events coming up?
Do I?
Yes,
No, not
Okay.
yet.
okay,
I would like to talk with you about that.
perfect. Get on my calendar. I'm always here for you ladies, always, okay?
Okay.
At 1 o'clock today, we're having the clarity class. It's $37, or you can buy all four levels of it for 120, I believe, but you can go to the link. Alicia, I sent you that link in Facebook Messenger this morning.
Okay.
Sign up for it still, because we're gonna start here in about 15 minutes. If you know you're coming, let me know, get signed up, and I think it's something everyone needs. We're gonna go really deep into clarity. The rest of you are all already registered. Yes, Dar.
So that is 1 o'clock EST, right?
Yes, that's in like 20 minutes, 19 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Yes, if you haven't had lunch, bring your lunch. I don't care. Bring your drink, notepad and pen you're going to want, ladies. My next big event is August 10th. If you or someone you know wants to speak, I still have one, maybe two spots left. That is all I have left for as speakers. And then of course the attendee tickets are $15. I try to keep them very inexpensive so everyone can afford to come. All right, but if you speak, like Abby is speaking, so she gets one free ticket, she's giving that to Dar. So Dar, you need to register for the event because I did not see you on the event itinerary.
Okay, where can I find that link to?
So what I'll do is I will, Abby, I will send Abby the link for the free ticket for you. So that way you can register, okay? And
Okay,
then
fair enough.
Tamara has a speaker, so she has a free ticket that she needs to give away. But then the rest of the tickets are only $15. And I do have a few spots left for speaking. So Grace, if you want to speak, let me know. If you know of someone that wants to come and speak, let me know. Okay? Alicia, if you
Look,
want to speak, let me know, or if you know of someone.
I am interested in speaking, but
Okay, we'll
I
talk
don't
about
know.
it. And get
Okay.
you more information, okay?
Okay.
So, with that said, mark your calendars, August 10th, all right? It's gonna be, I cannot believe that we're almost into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
In August, we will be there on top of the fourth quarter. It's remarkable how fast time is really ticking on our business and ourselves, so.
But you know what? You know what makes it tick faster? Because we're planning ahead. We're still in June, but because we have to plan ahead, it seems like it's just around the corner.
I know. But if we don't plan ahead, then we're caught with our britches down, as they say, right?
Exactly. Exactly. That's
All
true.
right. So Grace left us. I did take a couple of screenshots when everyone was here. I'm gonna put that in the chat really, really quick. Let's see here. I don't know why I'm not able to do that. There we go. All right. I'm gonna put this, and then please go to your social media sometime today, the earlier the better, and let everyone know what you've been doing, what you learned from Helen, what you've learned from anyone here today. Let people know that it was worth your time to be here today, and everyone should be here with us. So I'm going to put a couple of screenshots up, find your favorite.
Screenshot.
And then that way we'll can get that done. And then I'm going to go get some more water. And I will meet you back here for the ones of you that are doing the clarity class with me. And we are going to get down and dirty and clear. What do you think about that? We are going to dive deep in. When we leave today, you are going to be more clear and more precise on what you are doing with yourself and your business. Okay. So, all right, go get you some water, snack, notepad and pen.
LaDonna,
Yes.
the pictures that you put up, are they the same?
They may be. I just snack them at different times.
Okay.
You know, everybody might have been sitting it the same way. So,
Okay.
all right, save the chat. So you'll have the chat. And I will see you back here, same link, in about 14 minutes. And Alicia, if you decide you want to join us, just sign up real quick and then join us with the same link. All right?
All right. Thank you so much.
Have a beautiful day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
In a bit.